Driving home along an empty highway, I saw a young man standing on the shoulder with his thumb out. He looked cold and desperate, so I pulled over. He slid into the passenger seat without a word. Then he gave me an address in a quiet tone and stared out the window. I wasn't sure if he was a runaway or just hitchhiking, but something about his eyes told me he needed my help. We drove in silence for a while, and when we reached the spot, he got out without thanking me. It was a dark, overgrown lane, the kind of place you'd never want to be caught walking alone at night. But there was no turning back now. I watched him disappear into the darkness, and a chill ran down my spine. I told myself it was just a stupid prank, but I couldn't shake off the feeling that something was wrong. So I turned around and slowly drove back. As I approached the spot where I'd dropped him off, I saw a pair of headlights in the distance. I slowed down and prepared to turn. When I saw the driver, my blood ran cold. It was the same guy who'd gotten out of my car, but he wasn't walking. He was running. He looked back at me, his eyes wide and panicked, and I slammed on the brakes. He vanished into the darkness, and I rushed out of my car, calling his name, but only silence answered me. I called 911, but by the time the police arrived, there was no sign of the hitchhiker. The next morning, I told the story to a local shopkeeper. He listened intently, then said, "You might want to sit down for this." I knew that voice. It was the same one I'd heard on the phone. "What do you mean?" I asked, my heart pounding. "That road," the shopkeeper began, his voice low, "has a history. 15 years ago, a young man died in a car crash right there. They say he was hitchhiking, and some say his ghost still wanders the road searching for a ride." As I drove home, the pieces fell into place. The overgrown lane, the dark of night, the vacant look in his eyes. I'd stumbled upon a ghost, and it had led me on a wild goose chase. Or maybe it was just a figment of my imagination. But as I glanced in the mirror, I saw the road behind me was empty. There was no sign of the driver, or was there?